What's up, everybody? You know what it is. It's the West Coast POPCast boys back again on Wednesday nights with to run with Dynamite. But it's also time for the Tribal Chief to return. It's also time for Dirty Dom getting dirtier. So much going on in the world of wrestling, movies, and pop culture. We got a lot to talk about here. So stick with your boys, West Coast POPCast, and let's hit that intro. Zach, man, the main man, Zach. What's up, man?
Ooh. Oh, not much. The hot day in Los Angeles.
It is so hot. There was an earthquake pretty close to us last night. I felt a little bit. Luckily, we're all good, but LA has been pretty insane. Our schedules have been insane. I'm hoping by the end of September, I'll be back in full force with the show, just to give an update to everybody. Some current stuff going on. I can't wait to talk to you guys about it. But yeah, some cool stuff going on, man.
Hell yeah.
And if you're watching Dynamite right now, Zach, there's a nice promo for the hologram, glitch gang. What do you want to call them? The new sensation.
The hologram glitch gang?
Come on, bro. We'll come up with a name for his fan base. You'll hear it here first, man.
Okay. You'll only hear it here.
But how's your day going, bro?
It's all right, man. Again, it's hot. It's muggy. You're just slugging hour by hour until you get to a point where you're comfortable turning the AC on so you don't go broke.
Yeah, definitely got to keep that in check because they're going to try to penny pinch as much as they can right now.
Yeah.
But just get into it. As you guys can see, Roman is back. Can't believe it. And this is exactly who they thought he would be a few years ago. But this is the first time we'll see Roman as a face with someone in charge besides Vince. And I'm very excited to see that, man.
I am too. Again, like he came back 4 years ago as the heel at SummerSlam, and now he came back as the face. And like you said, this is what they wanted them to be. It took 4 years to get here, but we're all finally here together.
We are, man. This is actually an exciting return. I'm all for whatever the plan is going to be to get him back, to have this bloodline civil war possible. But he's going to be on SmackDown. He's got his shoes, his Jordan brand shoes coming out next year. A lot of stuff in the pipes. We know he was doing a movie. So there's a lot of stuff going on, man, and it's exciting right now.
It is. And get your predictions into what you think is going to happen with Roman on the road to WrestleMania, because we have ours coming up. And I'm excited. Predictability is not bad. We knew he's going to come back, but I'm just excited for good storytelling.
I am too, man. No sign of Jimmy Uso, though. So I wonder how they're going to play that in.
We'll see. Because on Monday Night Raw, Adam Pearce made a deal with Nick Aldis to get A-Town Down over. You had Sammy and Sir Yeats-a-Lot talking backstage about getting tag titles. They never mentioned they're going back to SmackDown, but I'm pretty sure they're going to go to SmackDown, cover those tag titles, and set up War Games.
Damn, Sammy got whooped by Braun. Now he's going to pack his bag and leave the show. That's what they're telling. They got to smooth that over for me. They got to smooth that over for me, but I believe they can.
Mr. Oppo, how are you doing? Phantom X Solo is in big trouble.
I will say his reaction to getting cost the match was hilarious. Him just screaming on there like, that's going to be meme worthy for years. There's going to be a lot of mileage out of that.
Oh, man. Just the dude made one appearance, and he's the most over thing in wrestling.
Yeah. It shows you like, hey, the booking worked. It did.
Yeah,
because he's untouchable right now. When it's all said and done, do you think he'll be considered one of the best ever, like biggest stars?
He has to, especially because he does barely do matches, but he's such an attraction. He's such a draw, and his matches, minus his entrances, are pretty long. So they're lengthy main event style matches.
Yeah, that's for sure, man. But jumping right into it, after the fallout, the aftermath of Raw, we got the Wyatt Six wrestling. We got tsunami after tsunami after tsunami, like he was part of the Justice League. Bronson Reed taking out Seth Rollins. This has to be his write-off. I know he wanted some more time off than this. I think we might not see him for a couple months.
Okay,
That's my
I can
guess.
see that. Okay, that makes Reed feel like a big deal.
It does, man. He was coughing up blood. Like it was. This is how you bring someone back. And I don't know if you caught it, Zach, but do you know who produced and wrote that seed right there, if you will?
Which one? I got 5
N-
scenes up here.
the Bronson Reed Seth Rollins attack.
Oh no, who did? I'm sorry.
None other than TNA legend himself, Abyss. So
Oh, that's nice.
come on, you know a big man can book a big man.
That's
Um,
true.
anything else pop out for you from Raw?
Everything. This was, like when we started this, we called it taking a bullet, watching Monday Night Raw week after week. There's
Serious.
times when I would see how fast I could watch Monday Night Raw. I got it down to like 3 minutes or less. This, not fast forwarding at all. This felt like the Raw after Mania should feel. This is pretty big, and everyone came out looking fantastic, even the losers.
They did. I don't even know where to start because finally, Odyssey Jones has returned to Monday Night Raw, and he looked like a beast. He took out two big guys.
Oh, there's a pain. I would go on the injured list and come back with like mustaches and like glasses and pretend you're not yourself. This dude took you both out in one move. After 411 days, he finally debuted on the show he was drafted to. Dude looked great, and it sets up a nice storyline with the New Day.
It's a nice storyline for now, but
Yes,
I'm nervous because I think they're teasing Creed turning on them, and I really don't want that to happen.
true. I just don't want him to become a new member of the New Day.
I think that's
I
what's going to happen. I think Kofi's going to push for it, and it's going to upset Creed because he did not want that, and that they might turn on him.
Look, the New Day is an institution. It's not like your average tag team.
Nope.
Even Demolition, when they got a third member, boy, as a kid watching that, did I think that just got diminished. The New Day is something special. Let me just say this: I don't need a new member of Metallica. All right, I'm fine with who's there right now. Leave them alone. They're good. If you want to do a storyline and set this up, maybe get some good writing and we do some good. Again, this is what this Raw produced was great storytelling for not great, but good enough storytelling for everyone to get us through the summer.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind him helping out New Day or working with them, but I don't want to see the breakup. I don't see them, officially bring him in there. Big
Right.
E did just get some stem cell surgery recently. Hopefully, there's
Okay.
some progress there, and we can get him back into the fold. Let me get the real New Day back. But at this point, they could be taking advantage. I think Creed could have a nice singles run. Kofi, if Kofi wants to team with this guy, because Kofi's had a lot of tag team partners. Kofi's been around for a bit.
Yes.
I'm fine with
Yes.
that. That'd be a good way to get him some veteran leadership. Get Creed do his own thing, but eventually we'll come back with the full New Day when Big E's healthy.
I like that. Noob, how are you doing? Glad you're with us. And Noob doesn't want the New Day to break up
No,
either.
man,
Just they
it's bigger than that.
can't.
They're gonna break up on TV, then be on a TV, be on an up down down YouTube, play games together. What are we doing?
Exactly, and you can't break up just the two of the three. It's an institution. They have to kind of remain intact no matter what.
Yeah, I love that they're doing long term booking. Obviously, with Randy and Gunther going to call back to their match at the King of the Ring.
Yep.
Balor and Priest. That was a whole year of long term storytelling.
It was
If
so
not,
subtle too. I didn't even
yeah,
notice that until I saw pics online, people like putting them side by side. That was great.
yeah. So Triple H is in his bag. I will say this, like, I'm a huge AEW fan. Obviously, I love TNA as well.
Mhm.
Triple H really knows how to tell a nice story. I'll give him complete credit that he knows how to really make things long term matter.
Yeah. Let me tell you this right now. This knock is what the Attitude Era felt like watching it live. This Monday Night Raw right here, because it felt like every person on screen had a storyline and a reason to be there, not just a job, not just to give someone else a match, and not just because they're out of catering for a while. Everyone felt like they were important to the company in some capacity. That's what the Attitude Era felt like, and this is where, like in the Attitude Era, you could build someone up like Mick Foley to be your champion. You can feel like anyone could be your champion, men or women, and it's a great feeling right now to feel like that Attitude Era is kind of back.
It really is, man. You have your stars. I mean, Attitude Era, we had The Rock, we
Yep.
had Stone Cold. I think right now you can say it's Cody and Roman. It doesn't seem like they're going
Yeah.
to fight for again. We're going to get part 3 for sure. At some point, we're
Oh,
getting
for
part
sure.
3. I don't know how we get there, but right
I
now
got
it's
it.
so hot. Oh, go
I
ahead.
got
Go
it
ahead.
planned out. When we get later in the show, when we get Roman's WrestleMania trajectory in there, I have
Okay.
it planned.
That is a tease, everybody. Stick around till Zach explains exactly what's going to happen. Inside story here. And then get into it. The last bit. Actually, real quick before we get there, Rhea and Damien are going to be so good together.
Oh
Everyone loves
crap!
them. I think they were getting called the Terror Twins. And then it's funny because look at it this way. Everyone that attacked Rhea and Damien, they're the original members of Judgment Day with Edge. Everyone
Yes.
that attacked them were originally victims of them when they had that Judgment Day. So it's kind of hilarious how this is
Smart.
getting played out. Now they're the good guys. They were the bad guys who caused destruction for everyone else.
Yep.
So it's
Man.
hilarious how it is. But it works.
100%. And that pop for Rhea was so huge. That was, I don't even remember the last time I heard a pop that huge. It was like on Roman Reigns' SummerSlam return kind of pop.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Dirty Dom was the first wrestler to turn more heel after being heel. Yeah.
that is hilarious. That's perfect. I think this was the best Raw of the year. I'm trying to not be too recency biased, but I
Yeah.
think this was the best Raw.
I think front to back, there was one episode of Dynamite that I thought I wouldn't change anything, and then two maybe episodes of NXT this year so far that I wouldn't change anything. So I think everyone can get there and get these good shows. Just have to focus.
Definitely. And speaking of NXT, I know we'll get there more, but I think at this point that's the most consistently good or great show going right now for wrestling. That show is on fire right now.
NXT is so good. The other reason why it's so good and why it might be my favorite wrestling show, you can miss it. You can jump back in weeks later, a month or so later, and you're fine. They have a few pay-per-views a year, and some of those PLEs or pay-per-view big events are incorporated into the weekly shows like we just saw with Great American Bash. It is such an easy watch, whereas on the main roster, WWE and AEW, you have at least multiple shows, multiple PLEs, and all this other stuff going on. But NXT is so nice and simple, and it's a very crisp show.
100%, man. Shout out to Shawn Michaels.
Yep.
I think I seen one segment last night where there was 10 different talent in the story or in the segment, and so many different storylines going on. It made it feel alive back there. I think it started with No Quarter Catch Crew, then Tony D and his people came in, then Obafemi walked through. Then you've seen my boy Nathan Frazier and Axiom continue that story. It was such a really well done show.
It is, and it just feels like it should. It should feel almost like high school, where the freshmen are kind of briefly interacting with the juniors and the seniors and crossing paths.
Yeah,
love that.
So, I love it, man.
Everyone's loving it, man.
Dare I say it's better than the Black and Gold era?
I have more fun watching it, I will say. I don't know about some of it because you do have more green talent, but I'm just having a lot of fun. NXT, especially the women's division, damn right, Mr. Allpower. And Noob says NXT, the road is going to be something interesting. On the road is going to be interesting. Let's talk about that right away. I don't have a slide for it, but we can definitely start talking about it.
Yeah, definitely let's touch on it because I believe the NXT show in Chicago is an arena AEW runs. If not, they have run for a pay-per-view.
Okay.
So that'd be very interesting to see that turnout. CM Punk's going to be there, so it's going to be sold out.
Yeah.
And I wonder how they continue this going forward because they're going to be starting off hot with CW. I think you hold off Julia and Stephanie Baker till you get there.
I would hold off on Julia for sure. Man, that's a good call. It's so tough because you want to bring people in. And like you're saying, they're going to start off so hot. Then when you go back to the Performance Center, does that make people be like, oh, what's going on?
That'll be tough. But my guess is they're going to be so successful with these first two shows, they will announce more. There will be more on the road shows.
There has to be. There totally has to be.
And I believe, looking at it, I think they might start running NXT in more of the arenas that AEW does to try to increase that competition and really drive them out. I think they're on fire right now. I think they really want to put their foot on the neck.
I wonder if the CW money that they're getting covers the cost of them doing that. Because if you look at the cost of them doing PLEs, they get paid basically to do PLEs in cities and other countries now.
Yeah.
So I wonder if this money subsidizes that cost. So it's not a big deal because, otherwise like AEW and how WWE was back when, even when it was WWF, those companies are paying to run these shows, and then they're just getting a lump sum from people giving them cable money.
Okay. Yeah, I think I see that being the case. I would imagine they're getting more because it's more of a proven product now.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
So
excited. Yeah, orange and white era.
yeah, I honestly don't think they'll be going back to that very often, especially after two back-to-back sellouts. I think they're gonna keep testing the waters.
Yeah.
Um, and then on the other side of that, with AEW, Tony Khan keeps saying there's great, talks happening at Warner Brothers. But every time I see him say there's great talks, I see bad stuff happen to Warner Brothers. So I really don't know what's going on.
AEW, they're finished with Warner Brothers. Technically, the deals are finished where they don't get first. Warner Brothers' first look deal as their option is over. They can look elsewhere for any deals. AEW will remain with Warner Brothers for the remainder of 2024, no matter what. So the next step is for them to look at that bigger picture, like you just said, because every other month something very bad is coming out about Warner Brothers. It makes it seem like they're going to sell, and a lot of companies don't want wrestling on that bill, like you saw with WCW and Turner and all that kind of stuff. I mean, even Fox didn't want it on theirs, so it's they wanted the ratings. Ratings weren't there, so they said, "Screw it, we don't want it anymore."
That's the thing. Right now, you can get away with the ratings not being the best because WB or Warner Brothers, they need you. They even gave them a new
Yes.
show, the Overdrive show, which we'll get to later. But if they do get bought out, which it looks like every day more possible,
Yeah.
that might not be a good look.
Unreal how much in debt they are, and how I forgot the number I looked. Like how much in debt the studio is, and how
Yeah.
I can't believe this. This is one of the biggest studios I grew up with is now a bum.
It really is heartbreaking, bro, because, I mean, we know what's possible now because we just saw Fox get bought out. I don't see that happen to Warner. We need competition, so it's getting
We
kind of
do.
scary.
It is, especially if you're working in the industry, if any industry, when your competition starts getting bought out, it's less jobs, it's less stuff. And y'all watch stuff, y'all watch wrestling, y'all watch movies and everything like that. Imagine if it's less and less. A24 is one of the newer up and coming indie studios who wants to dive into bigger tentpole movies. The reason them for doing that because now it looks good for them that they can handle these things, that they could be sold to someone.
Yeah.
And then there goes A24, who's producing really cool horror movies, really nice independent movies, and just like the Iron Claw, it's just who in charge then buys A24, even if it is Warner Brothers, because they're kind of underneath that umbrella right now on
Yeah.
Max. If they do, then what? So you start losing the smaller things that you like too.
Yeah, and like, I mean, I don't want to keep dwelling on the type of like this type of stuff, but this year, so last year, for example, me and my girlfriend, we got a movie pass. We made our monies back in the first 4 months. There was so many movies coming out. It was great. And even that, compared to previous years, wasn't that big of a year.
Yeah.
This year, I think it's been the driest, slowest year for movies since
My
I've
God,
been out here.
it has been. It's so it's so barren. A big thing around here now, and not gonna know if you see too, they are bringing everything back for every single anniversary. They're trying to find everything on film to play here in Hollywood and in LA to
I've
drive
seen that.
people around here. And it's man, they're relying on everything that's even 5 to 10 years old. The big 5 year anniversary of movies. Unbelievable what they're trying to do to bring people in. The big thing now that's coming out, I think in a couple weeks, it was announced right after Warner Brothers announced how much they're getting kicked in the dick. The big re-release of the Batman that just
Yeah.
came out.
Yeah. And you would think I would understand if they were going to re-release it when Batman 2 is ready to come out, get the hype going. But we're
Yeah,
still a ways out from that movie. I just it's very strange times. And again, for our wrestling fans, look at this golden age we have of wrestling. It's because we
yes,
have more than one company. There's competition is there. And not even just more than one company, we have companies working together for these dream scenarios that we never thought was possible a decade ago.
exactly. That's a nice question from Noob too. NWA is on thin ice with Billy Corgan and CW. Do you think they should do a partnership with CW then to help them out?
I think I think honestly, this is what TNA did. TNA, when they fell off the cliff, they worked their ass off to rebuild a reputation and to just, no matter what people are saying, no matter who's watching, just put on great matches, have great
Yeah.
talent, and just build, build, build. They've built themselves up since what, 2016 to now, the last 8 years, really building back the brand that they're in position to work with other companies, have that WWE deal. I don't think NWA is there yet. I think they need to build that brand up because right now it has a very bad rep.
That's true. There are wrestlers who are just not even looking at them when they do go to free agency. So
Yeah.
good question, though,
So,
dude.
and then that's not a knock on the talent, by the way. The talent is still there. There's still some very quality wrestlers there, especially the women's wrestlers
Right.
that wrestle there. This is the company has to figure something out.
Yeah, they're coasting easily. Mr. Alpower asks, who do you want to see the Lucha Brothers face in WWE? Because that's a nice rumor out there.
I guess we could jump in that too. I mean, apparently they've been trying to sign Lucha Brothers for months now, and they've been posting off re-signing, and now they just got the impression that they're leaving. Isn't it illegal colluding? Because they said they were already talking to WWE. Can't you not do that? Do not have that in AEW's contracts? You can't talk to them while you're still under contract?
Yeah. I mean, we saw it with Edge, and we saw it with someone else who just went back to
Yeah.
WWE. Like
Yeah.
it's they find their ways around it.
So all this talk before, I remember like people were trying to throw shade at Triple H, which I don't think he actually sees any of this, but I do think he might hear some of it every now and then because they were throwing shots at him for not citing, who was it? Not getting Mercedes back. Not there was a
Yeah.
few other Okada, those people like that.
Yeah.
And in the span of these last few months, he got Julia, he got Stephanie. There's a big chance he got the Motor City Machine Guns, and now he's about to get the Lucha Bros, who I feel have been a great piece of AEW. They've been there since the first Double or Nothing.
Mhm.
They've had a great run. They're known even well outside of the wrestling industry. But I feel like their booking hasn't always been very directed. It's always kind of been all over the place. So he
Yeah.
gets them in the fold to go with their tag division. They've built up pretty well now.
Mhm.
I think that's a hell of a signing, man.
I think so too. I think they've kind of hit a ceiling in AEW. Honestly, I think FTR should stay in AEW, but I think they hit a ceiling. Now they're doing trios stuff with Orange Cassidy for All In. For All In, FTR is doing a trios match with Orange
Wait,
Cassidy.
that was announced?
There it is going to be. I can't remember if it's a match or a gauntlet match or some specialty match on Collision with Christian Cage as the referee because it takes a father to keep the children in line.
God.
The winner of that match will face him and his people at All In. So it's gonna be a trios match.
I don't know if I love that. I knew they were building a trios match. I thought it'd be like a 3-team trios match with the Bang Bang Gang.
But
But
that's what they're fighting, yeah.
I
Or they're fighting the Acclaimed.
so what was the claim was the tag team division? That's a lot up in the air. And there's another team. Speaking of tag teams, this the staple of AEW is to have tag teams main event be like a big part of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like Private Party is another one that's been hit a ceiling. They have not had any shine since the first year when they beat the Young Bucks in the tournament.
Yeah. All right, we'll see where it goes. Yeah, Jeff Jarrett's actually having a decent match tonight with Bryan Danielson.
Jeff Jarrett is old school, man. He ran a company. He knows what he's doing. He does know how to work. Not the most athletic, not the most gifted in the ring, but he knows how to work.
Yeah, as annoying as how like unnecessary he was to the NWO and WCW, he still knew how to work a crowd. So I mean, he gets the business big time.
Yeah. So I don't mind this match. I know there was a lot of travel issues for the AEW wrestlers getting here. Looks like most of it worked out. But speaking of the card, I do think they need to work on some of their booking stories. But Tony versus Mariah has been pretty flawless, and I'm very happy with how they've been doing that.
Watch tonight. I'm already getting tuned out on this. This is one of my favorite feuds in wrestling right now, and I can't do a go home show style thing with them every week until All In. Like I'm getting a little burnt out on the two already.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
just my opinion. If All In was like this week, we'd be fine. But we have like 2 or 3 more of these that we're gonna do yet, and it's going on to Collision here, sometimes on Rampage. So we need to spread this out a little bit.
Listen, Zach, at least with all this this bill that you're getting, you know there's going to be a payoff. There's going to be some action, Zach. It's not House of the Dragon.
Oh, it was fine though. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
Not a bad episode, but if you
No.
guys watch House of Dragon, you know we've been getting teased the whole. It's been a long ass trailer for the next season.
Yeah. Oh well. Die Marai die sign. It's just it's go home show stuff every week. So that's my only bit. Like everything's fine, just the same thing every week. So
Yeah.
we'll
So
get there. The past be good.
I'm watching AEW right now. Jared's in there beating Danielson with a chair. Was this announced as a hardcore match or like any type of stipulation match?
It is an anything goes match, as you can see
Okay.
on the
Okay.
card. Anything goes. Would you not bring a knife or something? Anything goes. Okay.
Hey, man, that's insane. Swerve
Anything
would.
goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? Because we're smart.
Hangman for sure would have.
Why is Hangman doing like voice changes? He sounds different every Dynamite.
Yeah. I don't know. I love the character. I love what Hangman's doing, but I got to see that.
He
And he
workshops on live TV. That's my only issue. Don't
yeah,
workshop on live TV.
that's true. He's another one who doesn't have a real direction right now. He's a great character. He has is great
Mhm.
force, but where's his direction for All In? There's a lot of guys I'm not seeing the story really play out. This is supposed to be their
Yeah.
mania.
Yeah. Weeks away, like 19 days away, 18 days away.
Yeah, something
I'm
like that.
excited. I just like not as pumped as last year.
Then All Out will be the week after.
They gotta stop that.
We know Jericho's gonna be in the card in some capacity.
The Hook came back tonight. I think that's
Okay,
gonna be the match.
okay. Because when TK said there was travel issues going on, he did mention like there was supposed to be some surprises tonight, but he's not gonna say anything because he doesn't know how it's gonna work.
Okay. We have like 2 minutes left of tonight on Dynamite here, so we'll see if there's a surprise at the
Yeah.
end or if we just kind of this is a nice match back for Danielson because he does have those things going on.
Yeah. And Jarrett is safe, so I think it
Yeah.
works. So does that mean Samoa Joe will be back in time for All In? I would love to see him on that card after his world title run. He put over Punk last year. I think he deserves a win.
I hope so. I thought he was filming until the end of August. I thought he's gonna be a bigger part of season 2 Twisted Metal, but we'll see. I hope he's back. He's such a good TV presence.
He is, man, all time great. There was something Anthony Mackie recently just said. Speaking of that, he said he deserves to be in a John Wick movie because he got punched in the face by Samoa Joe and he didn't fall.
I love Anthony Mackie so much.
Way to put a guy over. I love it.
Yeah. Hey, Knock, are you hungry?
Yeah, I could eat it.
Yeah. Could you go for some Taco Bell?
Nah, I'm chilling.
No.
Chilling. Not that
Jack
hungry.
Perry's not. Jack Perry's not chilling with Taco Bell.
Oh gosh.
Interrupted his emotional promo. Taco Bell, it aired in the middle. It's not like he got cut off and they went to commercial. It aired in the middle of just promo.
I don't get how you mess up like that. There's been some issues every now and then with TNT, TBS. For that, I don't think it's gonna be that big a deal in the long run.
Right.
But you have a promo like that, and you're giving your heart out in there, and everyone's just gonna be talking about Taco Bell now. I see the Taco Bell memes jumping off right now. That's all people are gonna talk about.
Man. Poor Jack Perry. Mariah May should main event. Honestly, I wouldn't be mad at that one bit.
I wouldn't be mad at it. The hometown hero. We know Saraya's gonna be in the card in some capacity as well. I think Swerve deserves it though. I think Swerve deserves it.
Yeah.
It's still Mariah's first year. She's only been. I thought she's been there for longer. She's only been there since January.
She's even like semi new to the business, if you think about it.
No, she is. You're right. She is. That Stardom run wasn't that long.
Right. She's fantastic. She's great.
That was one of the best signings he's done.
That was one of the best handlings he's done. Even when she first came in, it seemed wonky, but man, I think he had it planned the long game even from the beginning. So easily one of the best ones. And Bryan Danielson just pinned Double J Jeff Jarrett.
Man, Jeff Jarrett deserves a win.
All right, Knock, the new show. You've seen the ads on Dynamite. Overdrive TNT is bringing in AEW talents for their own ridiculousness involving like race cars and stuff. Anyone have thoughts on this?
I think this would have worked if it was 10 years ago, before TikTok, Instagram Reels blew up.
Yes.
I don't mind it. It's coming out at a late ass time on Saturdays. Like, I don't know who's gonna be watching this. This is after Collision, which Collision doesn't really get the best views.
Get bad
The only
ratings at TV, but
the only positive I see is that this is still Warner Brothers investing in AEW in some capacity. So that's a positive.
this is their show. I don't even think this is an AEW show, to be honest. I think it's AEW bringing people into the show that they're putting out. This is just a TNT show.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I mean, I guess that's a sign. Then they look at AEW for some ratings.
Yeah, that's
But,
true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what to be excited about this. I don't know. I don't know.
All right. Well, we'll try it out this Saturday. Everyone, set your DVRs.
Oh, it's coming out already? I thought we had like more time.
No, you have days.
All right, so they're
Days.
throwing us to the wolves then, because they did no advertising for this.
No, they advertised tonight. They're
That's
going
not
to be
enough,
doing,
bro.
I know. They are doing this like not even like ridiculousness or like America's Funniest Home Videos. They're watching the clips wherever they are and then doing like reactions like in the hallways and like where they're doing AEW shows. So it's gonna be
That's
kind of
that's
weird.
insane. If you really cared about it, you put it in a studio, something.
Yeah, like you said with TikTok and everything now, like this just seems a little dated. And like I don't mean to like knock any shows that are out there like ridiculousness, but if you watch one of those now, it just seems slow compared to you being able to just get to the next one.
Exactly, and the majority of the time, I'm sure the clips they'll use are stuff we've already seen if it's that popular.
That's true. We'll see. We'll watch it this weekend, and then we'll talk about it next Wednesday. What about Deanna versus Thunder Rosa for the 10th time? Yeah, you sum that one up. Not.
I just need to know where it's going. I don't mind them wrestling because they're both great. Does it lead to a match at All In? Does it lead to something like?
No, not at all. And we're done. We're done.
Yeah. What are we, All Out? They might be wrestling on All Out. Where are we going with this? That's all I need to know.
Yeah. We just need it to end. I gotta say, I'm good with them. All right, Swerve is out now.
They must have an overrun on time or something.
They must. Knock, really quick. Do you want to give like a really brief Daredevil and Wolverine review? Like, would you Daredevil? Holy crap!
I got you.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think if you're worried about spoilers, go see it right away. It's really good. I'm still debating if it's the best Deadpool movie. It's rated R, but you can tell there's certain stuff they can't do. They were told not to do, so they kind of make jokes about the stuff they were told not to do. Have you seen Loki? We've seen some of these other Doctor Strange, some of these other multiverse stuff. They introduced like more rules. I'm still trying to figure out if the rules add up or they're like getting a little too convoluted. So that'd be something to look out for. There was stuff, I was spoiling some stuff, but there's still some stuff in the movie that I didn't know was going to happen. And it was so cool to watch. So I really hope no one got spoiled when you go to see this. Don't stay for the end credit scene. It's just another joke. It's nothing serious. I thought it was like I could have walked out or watched it online.
Okay.
After this, though, I would love to see Deadpool 4. It has to happen. It's going to make $1 billion. Deadpool with Spider-Man. Wolverine with Hulk. Like, if there's a way to make it work, do it. My only concern with this success, they become more jokey with MCU and become a parody of themselves. I don't want to see that. Let's keep it contained. Let's keep the seriousness as well. But for what it was, for what we need right now, how dry the year has been, it's exactly what we needed. It's the perfect time for it to blow up because there's nothing else. And it's actually pretty solid to watch.
Okay. I've been spoiled on everything. Is it still worth seeing in the theater?
I still think so because, again, I don't know when the next time you'll be in the theater will be because, again, this is a dry-ass year.
Yeah, it is. February for Cap 4, I guess.
Yeah, so I would still go.
All right. Next week or Friday, if I do Rampage, I will go over what was supposed to be the Kang Dynasty story.
Oh gosh.
There were some leaks, and then there are some videos out there who got the leaks too and made good ones. Like obviously, New Rockstar is going to make a good video of it. But I will run down in brief what the Kang Dynasty storyline was supposed to be, and then we'll see if you out there would have preferred what was going to happen, or if you're feeling, hey, maybe RDJ as Doctor Doom was the right switch up.
It's tough to say. Like for me, before I'm hearing what you're about to say, I seen King get jobbed out to Ant-Man.
Yeah.
But I did like, despite what happened with Jonathan Majors, he was a very good actor. So I would have loved to see what he would have brought. It's
I'll
just
just say this without giving. I'm sorry. You can finish.
no,
I'm
you
sorry.
got it. I was just gonna say it's tough to get behind King as the main guy after I've seen him lose in Ant-Man, and then knowing
Yeah.
there's bigger threats we could do like Doom. So I want to Doom anyways. I'm just still debating if it should be RDJ.
Okay. I'll just give a very brief little hint here. It was so Kang heavy. Jonathan Majors would have been working overtime. So I don't know if I would have been down with that many Kangs on screen for a movie. So
Okay.
I'll go over it either on Rampage if I do that, or next week we'll do it on the show here. But I will go over. I just have time to put some stuff together so I could kind of go and do it right.
Okay. Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Man, yeah, it's 50-50. I don't know which one I think I'm fine with how they're doing it right now. Since that Deadpool Wolverine is the only way to revitalize the MCU. So just to come on this too, what was going to happen in the Kang Dynasty would have tied into Agatha. It would have tied into Cap 4, and it would have tied into not Deadpool, but one other thing that they had to redo now because of what happened.
Okay. Two things to add on to that. With Deadpool and Wolverine, I didn't feel like people were saying, "Oh, it's gonna like restart the MCU." I didn't necessarily feel that, as opposed to feeling like it was closing a chapter.
Okay.
And then the
Okay.
last thing, what again? What week is this? What year is this? 5 years ago, I think it was either today or yesterday. Mahershala Ali put on the hat for Blade. Why is this movie still in limbo? I keep hearing like so much bad news, like it's still going nowhere. Where are the writers? I'm being for real here. I'm pleading with you, Zach. What is going on?
He said during the press run of the opening weekend that it's still happening. It is going to be R-rated, and Mahershala is still attached. So I don't know. There are 2 or 3 movies now that are not known what they're going to be between now and Secret Wars. One of them happens in between the next 2 Avengers movies. One happens, or the other 2 I think happen beforehand. One was probably going to be Spider-Man 4. One of them is rumored to be Blade. And then the other ones, nobody knows what they're going to be. Is it Doctor Strange 3? Which that's the other one that got changed. The end of Doctor Strange 3, the post-credit scene with Clea, that was supposed to tie in to the Kang Dynasty, and now they have to retcon that. And then the other one is Shang-Chi 2, or Shang-Chi 2. So we don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I can't no more, man.
I don't know.
What else you got for us?
Let's get into. Listen, we're talking about movies just really quick.
Yeah, really quick.
2 piles of crap are coming out. Let us know in the comments which one you think will have the worst Rotten Tomatoes score. You get bonus points, and you might even get a prize if you get not just which one's right, but if you get the Rotten Tomatoes score exact after the first full weekend. I may be able to send you something. How about that? So let us know in the comments. Nog, do you have just a guess right now which one's going to be a lowest score?
Borderlands for sure. Borderlands is going to go in with a 7%. I heard just recently, which I don't know if you ever talked about it. Someone wrote a Borderlands script, and from the general consensus was it was really good. And they hired a director who I guess people weren't too fond of, and he rewrote some stuff, doing some those PP type of jokes, and completely butchered the whole script and did his own thing. And everyone I've heard that have seen it already are saying it's a cash grab. This is not Borderlands. Like what happened?
Damn.
And you have a good cast. I like the cast.
Yeah. I mean, the costumes are good. Like, man, it's just sad. It's coming out this weekend, so we'll see. And Piece of Crap with Piece of Crap in it and Aquafina will be coming out, I think, like a week or two after that, August 18th. So we'll see which one has the worst Rotten Tomatoes score after their opening weekends.
We
And of
will.
course, it's going to be John Cena.
And we'll see that what do you call it? The box office too, because I mean, I think they
Jesus.
said Borderlands was 100 mil.
Yeah, 100 mil is projected to do between 10, 20
Oh,
mil if it over exceeds. And then you know how it usually goes between 50 and 70%
yeah.
less. And that thing's losing big money.
That's a shame, bro. What studio is that?
Borderlands is, I can't
Because
even tell.
they're taking a hit. I
Is it
mean, and this
Lionsgate?
maybe this is like what I said. With Deadpool, Wolverine came out at a great time because you got shit before it, he got shit after it, and now it's gonna just keep clearing house as the number one movie of the weekend going forward for I don't know how many weeks.
Yeah, unbelievable. And who the hell would hire John Cena? All right, you ready to get into the big topic?
Let's do it, man.
All right, Roman Reigns returned. We all saw it. It was fantastic. Not were you surprised or were you just happy that it happened at SummerSlam?
I was surprised he didn't tease beating up Cody a little more. It was straight for Solo, and even gave Cody like some acknowledgement, some a little nod there. But we knew he was
Yeah.
coming back.
Yeah. And again, predictability is fine. Great lead up with the new Bloodline rules match. Jacob Fatu possibly injured, possibly not. Conflicting reports on there.
Yeah.
The boot might have been a work. It looked like he bounced the knee off, but I hope he's not injured because Jacob Fatu is going to be a beast in what is going to come from the remainder of this year for the storyline.
He will, man. I mean, listen, I don't want to bash nobody, but Jacob is like the biggest player in that group. They need him. No offense to Tongaloa, but he can't be subbed back in. We need Jacob.
That's true. SummerSlam pay-per-view of surprises. It was just such solid pay-per-view. It was just really, really, it was just a good watch. And Solo needs Jacob for his team to fall. That's the thing. He does, or what's going to come is just going to be like WCW invading WWF kind of a deal, but they need Jacob Fatu. Yeah, next up, he came back. He Superman punched Solo, and like you said, he barely teased the Cody thing, but I think I have the answer for that. This was just so satisfying. He was so over. Everyone's been chanting we want Roman for weeks because Solo's been doing a good job playing his part. I'm just like we said, 4 years to get here. Now we're here. Roman
Yeah.
Reigns, the biggest face in wrestling.
Yeah. And it kind of proves, I don't know who said it. Was it Roman or Paul Heyman? That they were in like the fourth or inning. It's going to be like 9 innings. They're right because there's more to the story here. Now we have a face turn. Now we have a civil war brewing. This could go on for another 2-3 years at least. There's a lot of story they got here.
You think? My guess is it ends at WrestleMania.
I think they can keep going, man. I really do.
Okay. Jacob versus Gunther. That'd be damn good.
That might be a real fight. That
I
might
think
be
so.
insane.
Let me get to that in a second here. Let me just ask you then, what do you think should happen with the storyline? If you think it can go for another 2-3 years, what do you think should happen? Just elevator pitch, however long, and where you think the beats are for the rest of this Bloodline storyline.
Okay, so I think around who we got? So we got Jacob. We got four
Hold on,
guys on
man.
one
Mike,
side. Can you hear me now?
hold on. It's still fuzzy. There we go.
Okay, so we got four guys on one side with Jacob, Solo and them. Roman, it's gonna be four guys at Roman. At some point with Survivor Series, The Rock has to get introduced. I know The Rock tease going after Cody at Mania and stuff like that. I think now is when you do Rock versus Roman at Mania. You can even extend like Civil War at Survivor Series. You could even have some crazy match night one, but Rock versus Roman night two right now would be incredible. And I think you have so much story to tell there. And now there'll be actual animosity, not The Rock trying to be buddy buddy with Roman, and it's like a friendly wager.
Yeah.
It won't be like a friendly type thing like it was last year. Now you have some animosity. I think that'd be really cool there. and then I don't know, maybe they can merge again. Maybe you can merge forces after Mania or something.
Man, if they do that, that's be some really good storytelling if they could do that.
Yeah. But we need Roman versus Rock. Like, I love that Cody got his moment, but that was probably the biggest match that we could do, and we need that match.
100%.
What do you think?
What were you gonna say for like the end, the absolute like end of this?
Absolute end.
Yeah, for the
Honestly,
Bloodline.
I think Roman retires after this. I think someone pins Roman
Good.
to be the new tribal chief because what else does he have to do? I mean, this will be what year for him? He's already on his 10th year.
That's true.
I think he has another 3 years doing this, 4 years. I think he walks away.
Fuck, that's some good storytelling.
There's already been talks about him walking away. He's already in a part-time schedule. I think he'd get in some movies, and I think this is his like this face run. I think takes us to the end. And
I
you heard
really
it.
wouldn't be mad at that, man. Yeah, you heard it. Knox said it first. That's good.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
Oh
What do you
man, I don't want you to know mine now. Yours is good.
think? You got it, bro.
Damn
We
it.
gotta hear two sides.
All right. This is what I think. So you do Bad Blood, you can have Solo versus Roman. Then you go to Survivor Series War Games, Bloodline versus Bloodline. Then you go to the Royal Rumble. You think everything's kind of cool, Bloodline, not cool, but kind of, to the side. And Roman gets his shot with Cody, finally gets it. But then The Rock interferes in that, and that sets up Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania.
Ooh, okay. Because I think it's time to do Cody versus somebody else this year. Like, keep Cody away from that storyline. Give him a nice
Yes.
match with somebody else. Because I think Cody might have this belt for like the next 2 years. I don't see him losing for a
Oof.
while.
Okay. And then I personally wouldn't do Solo and Roman in Berlin. I would save that for Gunther being the main event. I
Yeah,
would let that sit and simmer just on SmackDown until you do Bad Blood. I know they still need to sell tickets for Berlin, and this would sell tickets, but just if you called it Bad Blood, I'd imagine this is why. I know Bad Blood's already sold out, but
it's true.
just keep it as this. Keep it as this.
I agree. And I forgot they're going to. The timeline worked out where Gunther got the world title right before Berlin. Now going to defend against, it could be anybody, but it's going to be a hell of a match.
Orton. It's gonna be Orton.
Oh, Orton's. Oh, okay. That's the next one.
Yeah.
Oh, so he has to beat up Orton. That's be.
Right.
Oh man. Yeah. So WWE's on fire right now, man. There's so much clicking on all cylinders.
It is. Oh man, like I'm just processing Roman just retiring in a couple of years after this whole thing
Because
is done with.
I don't know what else he'd be able to do after that. Like he kind of just be cruising, maybe do a match here or there, but I think he walks away happy and does whatever he wants.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I think he cracked the code.
Yeah, because he's not the type of guy I don't think that would want to wrestle till he's in his 50s or anything like that. I think he wants to do other things. I know he has a big family.
Yeah. No,
He
that's it.
he has the most main events in WrestleMania history. Like I don't know what else you could throw another one on there. Like I don't know.
He's gonna have at least 2 more, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right. Let us know in the comments if you're not watching. Man, it's gonna be a good journey. Some of it's gonna be predictable, but it's gonna be good storytelling either way.
Yes, sir. It's been a good episode this week. Thank you everybody for jumping in. We see you guys. We appreciate you guys. Keep up with the channel, man. I'm telling you, end of September-ish, I think I'll be back in full stride. I know Zach's been holding down the channel, but I'm very excited for the future and what's going to be coming these next few months.
Yeah, Knox doing big things. So if he's not around, make sure you give him a shout out in the chat and let him know that you're thinking of him because he's good stuff. All good stuff, man. Just really excited for you, buddy.
Appreciate that, man.
All right. Anything else before we sign off for the evening?
We'll keep an eye out. If we do the Rampage stream, I hope I could be able to jump in there as well. So keep an eye out for that. And then, yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
All right. That's it. You know the deal. Subscribe, hit the like button, leave comments. We love to comment back, and let us know if there's anything you want us to do for a video too, especially now that if Knox is going to be away for a while, I'm going to need something to do. So give me some ideas. I'd love to interact with you.
True.
I will not do another live stream of Screech though. That wasn't fun.
Oh man, yeah. Let us know, man. Thank you everybody for jumping in.
Later.
Peace out.